Today we're docked in Manila in the Philippines. Looks like it's going to be a bright sunny day. The best view I can get of our port area is here on the stateroom TV. So we're going to look a little bit together at the port area. I'll show you around what I think we're going to find out. I'll amend it later if I found out I was completely wrong. So here we are docked. These are the motor coaches that we're going to be taking when we have a shore excursion. There are lots of people that have already gotten off the ship. This is the cruise terminal. So people that are getting off the gangway are having to go all the way through the terminal, and they're walking along this route across and over to go to downtown. I believe this is the Manila Hotel, so that could be a great meeting spot for people. I'm assuming there's going to be all kinds of shopping, souvenirs and things in the terminal. We'll find out about a little bit later too. So that gives you a little overview of the port area in Manila.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Jo Pai. You can just call me Pai for short.
Hi Pai.
Yeah, it's like apple pie, cutie pie, sweetie pie, right? So it's just easy to remember.
He explains that there are several different groups doing the same tour from our ship, but rotating the order. Our group will do the Kalesa Ride first through the historic district. Then we will be dropped off by the old stone fort to tour it and have a little free time, and then to a park area where we will see a monument to Jose Rizal, one of their national heroes. Along the way, I notice a wide pedestrian sidewalk and what looks to be a golf course. Our guide says they have pedicabs where the bicycle is attached, and some have attached a motorcycle or scooter. And what they call tricycles, they call tuk-tuks in other countries. He also said we would be seeing a lot of jeepneys. All right, I'm on the Kalesa Ride. We're going to see how this goes. Okay.
Nice to meet you. Welcome again to
Thank
the old
you.
city of Manila. My name is Emyo, and our host name is Primo.
Primo. Our Kalesa Ride begins alongside the historic walled city of Intramuros. This is the University of the City of Manila. Now we're passing a high school, Bayleaf Hotel, and the Culinary Institute. This is an engineering school, one of the best engineering schools according to our driver guide. This used to be the Chinese time during the Spanish. Now it's converted to little restaurants.
We lived here in 1593. So in 1594, the Chinese moved to Binondo.
Here is a bicycle pedicab and a motorcycle pedicab pulling up at about the same time. Now we're heading toward the waterfront. This Kalesa is most uncomfortable. You can see the one in front of us. The seats are shallow and the interior is so narrow that we have to sit angled to keep from bumping knees. Might have been more comfortable for 2 people, but there are at least 4 in every Kalesa. I lucked out by being up close to the driver where I can at least see and hear. I noticed that the horses have some huge blinders on. We merge into some pretty significant traffic. People walk right between the Kalesas, motorcycles whiz past, and at one point I'm pretty sure we slipped in front of oncoming traffic so that we could turn left, cutting right in front of another vehicle to make our way towards San Agustin Church.
1581, but it is used, they fired in 1583.
Here at the oldest stone fort in Manila. Very impressive. I'll turn the camera around and let you see what I see. Down below is where we entered, and the gardens are lovely. And up above, you can really see the top of the fort. This is interesting. Up to the top there. Steps are pretty without a little rail. My husband said it's not all that exciting going up. Hey, I discovered why you have to watch for flying golf balls. Golf course is just outside. Very pretty golf course. We came up by the steps, but we are going down by a ramp. I'm assuming you could have come up by a ramp also if you didn't want to use the stairs. This would not be a good ramp to bring a scooter or a wheelchair up though. Cool bonsai trees up here. Lots of school groups come to Manila for tours from all around the Philippines. There's a school group here now taking advantage of a little bit of recreation time here in the greens. There's a real pretty entryway to the public restrooms, but as usual, always bring your own toilet paper because frequently there is none, as was the case in this particular one. The oldest stone fort in Manila. Such pretty grounds. Get a little closer look at this contraption. I'm not exactly sure what it was. Maybe some kind of railroad machinery? This is Rysville Park behind me. There's a monument to their national hero. Across the street is a little monolith that is actually mile marker 0. So Clark Air Force Base would have been 90 miles from that particular mark. See another Kalesa driving by. That was probably the most miserable ride I have ever taken on a tour, but it was unique. The flag of the Philippines, red, white, and blue with a yellow sun and 3 stars. He told us that if the flag is turned so that the red is on top, that means they are at war. Right now it is peacetime. And we'll get a little closer look at the monument. It does have 2 guards. They do a changing of the guard every couple of hours. Fortunately, our guide decided to bring us here early. He said he thought it might rain, so he adjusted the tour itinerary so that we would be able to see this in the dry. And there is the tallest flagpole in Manila. It's 150 feet tall, representing 150 years since the assassination of their national hero. It's a beautiful park. Lots of people are enjoying their day at the park today. After the tour, we took a shuttle to a shopping area. Along the way, we saw lots of jeepneys. These are World War II Jeeps that have been repurposed to become a taxi rideshare type system. When you ride in the back of one of these Jeeps, you bump knees with the fellow passengers, thus the nickname jeepney. In fact, I bought a little one, which is my souvenir from the Philippines. We passed the major bus terminal, a Dunkin' Donuts, lots of traffic, a McDonald's advertising the Chicken McDo, and Jollibee's, which our guide said is the place to go rather than McDonald's for a party. Shuttle bus dropped us off at the mall. Looks like all kinds of possibilities for spending our leftover pesos. Where we found a Krispy Kreme donut shop, which is my mother-in-law's favorite donut, especially the plain glazed when they're nice and hot. How much was your Krispy Kreme donut?
It was 40 pesos.
40 pesos.
About 80 cents.
All right. And thinking of your mom while you eat it. TJI Fridays. There's several stories to this mall. I think there's a supermarket somewhere in here, so we're going to look for that. There is an electronic directory, so you can look for what you're looking for. You can even go to Mass here at the mall. My goodness at the places. I even see a Texas Roadhouse over there. And public restrooms that are clean in here. Food court area as well as a big supermarket. Chinese deli. And we are in a commercial port. However, it is also a port that we can actually walk out of on our own. See, people are coming back to the ship now. from their day in town. Well, that's it for Manila. I'm glad to be back on board. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.